Hey there, incredible human beings. Before you even think about scrolling or hitting that skip button, I want you to take a deep breath and commit to the next few minutes. What I'm about to share with you isn't just another generic self-improvement video. This is a transformative journey that could fundamentally change how you approach life, thinking, and personal growth. Imagine for a moment standing at the crossroads of your potential. On one path, you continue with the same patterns that have kept you stuck, and on the other, you discover a roadmap to becoming clever, more resilient, and ultimately more successful. Today, we're diving deep into 4 habits that are silently sabotaging your intelligence and potential. And here's the twist. We're not just going to talk about these habits. We're going to explore them through the lens of Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided some of the most brilliant minds in human history. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. These weren't just philosophers. They were strategic thinkers who understood human psychology centuries before modern science caught up. So if you're ready to upgrade your mental operating system, if you're committed to becoming a more intelligent, strategic version of yourself, then lock in. Trust me, every second of this video is going to be worth your time. Let's begin our journey into intelligent living. Habit number 1. The addiction to constant validation. In our hyper-connected digital age, we become prisoners of external validation. Social media likes, comments, shares, they've turned into our psychological currency. But here's a profound truth from Epictetus that will shake your world. What concerns you is not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens to you. Think about that for a moment. Every time you seek validation from others, you're essentially handing over your power, your self-worth to external forces. You're allowing random people, algorithms, and fleeting digital interactions to determine your value. This isn't just a habit. It's a sophisticated form of self-sabotage. The Stoic perspective on validation is radically different. They believe that true worth comes from within, from your character, your actions, and your commitment to personal growth. Marcus Aurelius powerfully articulated this when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine redirecting all that energy you spend seeking external validation towards genuine self-improvement. Instead of counting likes, count the skills you've developed. Instead of waiting for comments, create content. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. This doesn't mean becoming emotionally detached. It means becoming emotionally intelligent. It means understanding that your worth isn't determined by temporary external metrics, but by your consistent effort, integrity, and personal evolution. Practical step? Start a personal growth journal. Document your progress, not for others to see, but for your own reflection. Track your learning, your challenges, your small victories. Make yourself accountable to yourself, not to the unpredictable court of social media opinion. Habit number 2, multitasking, the illusion of productivity. Here's a brutal truth. Multitasking is not a superpower. It's a productivity killer disguised as efficiency. And the Stoics knew this centuries before productivity apps and time management books. Seneca, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, once said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." In our modern context, this means when you're trying to do everything simultaneously, you're essentially accomplishing nothing of real significance. Neuroscience confirms what Stoic philosophy intuitively understood. When you multitask, your brain doesn't actually perform multiple tasks simultaneously. Instead, it rapidly switches between tasks, causing cognitive fatigue, reducing your efficiency, and increasing the likelihood of mistakes. Consider this scenario. You're writing an important report, checking emails, scrolling through social media, and listening to a podcast all at once. Sounds familiar? You're not being productive. You're fragmenting your attention and diluting your cognitive potential. The Stoic approach emphasizes focused, intentional action. They believed in the power of singular concentration, giving your complete, undivided attention to the task at hand. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do every act of your life as if it were your last. Here's a transformative practice. Implement the single tasking method. Choose one task. Set a timer. Eliminate all distractions. Pour your entire consciousness into that singular activity. You'll be shocked at the depth of work you can produce, the clarity you'll achieve, and the satisfaction you'll experience. Habit number 3, avoiding discomfort and challenges. Comfort is the silent killer of potential. Most people spend their lives avoiding challenges, seeking the path of least resistance. But the Stoics viewed challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Epictetus once profoundly stated, "The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it." This isn't just motivational talk. It's a fundamental philosophy of personal development. Every time you shy away from a difficult conversation, postpone a challenging task, or retreat from a situation that makes you uncomfortable, you're essentially telling your brain that you're not capable of growth. You're reinforcing a narrative of limitation. Stoicism teaches us to reframe challenges. Instead of seeing them as threats, see them as tests. Every difficult situation is an opportunity to demonstrate your character, to prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. Think about physical exercise. Muscles grow not during comfort, but during resistance. The same principle applies to your mental and emotional muscles. Challenges are your mental gym. They're where you build resilience, adaptability, and true intelligence. A practical strategy: develop a discomfort journal. Each week, intentionally do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone. It could be as simple as speaking to a stranger, learning a new skill, or having a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Remember the words of Seneca: "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of the fears that prevent us from taking action are merely psychological constructs, not actual barriers. Habit number 4, consuming information without application. In our information-saturated world, we've confused knowledge consumption with wisdom. We binge on podcasts, read countless self-help books, watch endless educational videos, but how much of this information do we actually implement? The Stoics were adamant about the difference between theoretical knowledge and practical wisdom. As Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This means it's not enough to know something intellectually. True intelligence lies in the application of knowledge. Every piece of information you consume should be a potential catalyst for action, not just another piece of trivia to store in your mental library. Here's a revolutionary approach. For every piece of information you consume, ask yourself, how can I apply this in my life right now? Create a deliberate gap between learning and doing. Make implementation a non-negotiable part of your learning process. Start small. If you read an article about productivity, don't just nod and move on. Immediately identify one strategy you can implement today. If you watch a video about communication, practice that technique in your next interaction. The Stoic philosophy is fundamentally about bridging the gap between knowledge and action. As Marcus Aurelius eloquently put it, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, tying it all together. The Stoic path to becoming cleverer. As we conclude this journey, I want you to understand something profound. Becoming clever isn't about accumulating more information. It's about developing a strategic approach to life, about cultivating wisdom, resilience, and intentional living. The 4 habits we've explored, addiction to validation, multitasking, avoiding challenges, and passive information consumption, are not just individual issues. They're interconnected symptoms of a reactive, unintentional approach to life. The Stoic philosophy offers us a powerful alternative, a life of purposeful action, of internal strength, of continuous, intentional growth. Remember, intelligence is not a fixed trait. It's a dynamic ability that you can cultivate through conscious choice, disciplined practice, and a commitment to personal evolution. As Seneca beautifully summarized, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Your intelligence, your potential, they're not predetermined. They're a result of your daily choices, your willingness to challenge yourself, and your commitment to growth. So here's your call to action. Start today. Implement one strategy from this video. Break one habit. Take one step towards becoming a more intentional, intelligent version of yourself. And if this resonates with you, if you found value in this journey, do two things for me. 1, hit that like button. 2, share this with someone who needs to hear this message. Thank you for investing these minutes in your personal growth. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to become clever, stronger, and more purposeful. Until next time, stay curious, stay committed, and keep evolving.